The Rams and the Wolves live from Webb Oval on Filming Footy Div 1 in the Adelaide Footy League Round 13. Joining us at the conclusion of the reserves, and we've got a Indigenous ceremony to follow, including our welcome to country and smoking ceremony as well. It's Jack Moore with Nathan Woods. Nathan, good afternoon to you.
Thanks, Jack. Good afternoon, mate. Yeah, looking forward to this game. Weather's holding off at the moment, so yeah, obviously a lot of rain overnight, but yeah, an important day today, celebrating the welcome to country and some great Indigenous Guernseys that have been created by some of the boys playing there today.
Indeed, and a note on that, so this is of course a couple of weeks on week, and the Indigenous Guernsey that Glenunga will be wearing will be presented to Abe Davis, the First Nations man, of course, and A-grade captain, and a beast at this level, of course, as we all know, Abe Davis. And the welcome to country and smoking ceremony will be performed by Rosalind Coleman, who is a Kaurna elder, and we've managed to snag a few minutes of her time. So thank you very much for coming in from the cold wind to the warm commentary booth.
Look, it's great to be here, and especially a special occasion as this, the Indigenous Round. And, you know, both clubs are just looking at the Guernseys, and it looks so amazing. You know, and it's really great to see that they're, you know, supporting and encouraging and, you know, the footy, I suppose, with the Guernseys.
Yeah, well said indeed. And Teacher Gully have joined the party, I guess you could say. Their Indigenous jersey looking spectacular. That is designed by a man called Paul Sumner. They wore it at home last week. There's an interview on their Facebook page if you're interested to have a look at that. And obviously as a club, they said on their Facebook page they're incredibly proud of their players, coaches, members, volunteers, sponsors, etc., who have played a significant role in making the First Nations round a truly special occasion reflecting their shared values. But on the Glenunga side of things, this jersey we'll see in the senior game is designed by Ben Davis, who is of course the brother of Abe Davis, playing at North Melbourne VFL at the moment. Rosalind, while we've got you, can you just expand on kind of your experience with Welcome to Countries and your experience as a Kaurna elder in the community, and how excited you are for this occasion?
Look, I think right around this country of ours, I think, you know, a lot of clubs and organisations are celebrating the Indigenous Round, which is so important. But it's more than that, I think. I think it's about, you know, just maybe sharing the culture and, you know, especially what that means for the Guernseys. And for me, as an Aboriginal woman, I feel so proud when I see that, because it's about embracing that, which is so special for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people.
Yeah, it certainly is. The only bad thing about today is the mud's getting on these beautiful Guernseys, isn't it? So we'll have trouble picking up some of the little patterns. But yeah, we actually did a bit of stuff with our work yesterday as well, celebrating NAIDOC Week, and had some paintings done, and we all participated in joining a few little dots and helped with the painting there. So yeah, really important week, and yeah, really excited for today. And it's yeah, always good to watch these Welcome to Country ceremonies and the passion that goes into it. And I'm sure all the boys are really excited and looking forward to putting on a good game of footy today. And yeah, hopefully we have a close one, and may the best team win.
The reserve's almost coming to a conclusion here, so the ceremony won't be far away. While we've still got you, Rosalind, though, of course, it's all great to have that symbolism and recognition. You know, we had a bit of a tough year, I guess you could say, in a simplistic view of it. But in terms of steps forward in the wider community, I think there is quite a groundswell of, you know, appreciation, recognition. But what are the next steps that can truly kind of take us further on that journey, in your view?
You know, I always talk about the kangaroo, which is our iconic symbol here on Kaurna country. And that kangaroo runs right through, and it's a storyline. You know, I always say that the kangaroo never goes backward, it always moves forward. And for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, that's what we want to continue to do. But it's also about for our things that we hold dear, you know, for each community. It's the animals tell us a significant story, and for the red kangaroo, you know, it's about continually moving forward. and listening, listening because the ears are always up. So, so I'm really honoured to be here today and to celebrate and recognise those Guernseys.
Really appreciate your time. Siren's gone, so we'll let you get out there to conduct the ceremony. Our special guest, Rosalind Coleman, Ghana Elder, conducting a welcome to ceremony and partaking in the smoking ceremony as this game almost gets underway here at Webb Oval. And some wise words from Rosalind on her way out. Something to take from that, of course, is those stories and those animals, those symbols, the kangaroo. As she mentioned, always moving forward, and I think if there's one thing we take from this or any Indigenous ceremony and recognition that we see, it is that cause of moving forward and just trying our best from day to day to be as inclusive. And there's nothing better than a football club to really welcome in all sorts of people in local communities. So a really important thing to remember as we move forward as the reserves game comes to a conclusion.
Yeah, well said, Jack. So we, as you said, reserves game come to conclusion. Glenunga have run out winners here by 10 points, looks to be the margin. 7 goals, 8.50 to 6-4-40. So a good win to the Glenunga reserves. So now we're turning our focus on to this A-grade game. So Glenunga obviously still undefeated, travelling along beautifully. 12 and zip. Gully on a bit of a slump. Were 4-4, but have lost their last 4. So and a couple of heavy losses to some of the top sides in Port Districts and Sacred Heart. So they'll be looking to come out here and cause a bit of a boil over. It's going to be an interesting game. Pretty muddy out there, so it's going to be some tough, hard, contested footy. Glenunga love that sort of game as well. Surge footy. They'll be looking to stamp their authority on this one early, and Gullies will be coming away from home looking to also start well and give a good account of themselves today.
Start weather in the end of July and in Adelaide, if you're watching from the state or around the world, it's been quite wet and wild the past few days, and evidenced by the ground here at Webb Oval. It said the middle might be, those jerseys, as you said, Nathan, might get a bit wet, bit muddy, bit cloudy. But of course, all Div 1 games on Filming Footy are brought to you by Sportal and Han Ultra Zero Carb, and of course Filming Footy Stats, our match day sponsor, with team and individual statistics. You can watch your highlights and analyse your opponents, and all stats are complemented by a complete playlist package with vision to match. Just Google Filming Footy Stats today. Our partners also include Dartfish, Farmers Leap, proud sponsor of Coach of the Week, our best on ground thanks to Archie's, best player today will win those thongs. Archie's arch support thongs and slides, so comfy you'll never take them off. And our snag of the day will be brought to you by Jag Meatworks. Who will win our Jag snag of the day? Winner receives a voucher for 1 kilo of gourmet sausages at Jag Meatworks. And our other awards, Coach of the Week, Goal of the Week and Mark of the Week, brought to you by Farmers Leap Winery, Padthaway. Born to Build, our Goal of the Week and Mark of the Week, thanks to Bianco. All of those awards can be seen on Between the Posts every Monday night on the Adelaide Footy League Facebook page. This game is almost getting underway. Teams coming out, and our Welcome to Country and Indigenous ceremony coming up shortly. What are you most looking forward to in this matchup once our game does get underway, Nathan?
Yeah, well, both sides got potent forward lines, as you said earlier, Jack, that Tyler Weston, Brodie Latham up there in the top goal kickers for the competition. And then also Glenunga have got a powerhouse forward line with McMahon and Prosser both kicked in the 20 goal mark. With Davis and Parsons also is an important player up there. So going to be a real good match up in the forward lines, and also the midfield, the likes of Tyler Martin, Noah Hyde, Cody Tate. They're all very good midfielders, and then you're up against the likes of Deck Fay, Charlie Pridham, really good form. The big also is going to be one of the huge things. Geordie West has been in great form, and Blake Penny, we know what a powerhouse he is in this competition. So there's going to be a lot of good matchups all over the ground. So really looking forward to this. Teatree Gully, as we said, they've been on a bit of a slide, but they've still got a fair bit of quality there. So if they can bring their best today, they could really take it up to Glenunga.
Yeah, Gullies are a bit of an enigma this season. They currently sit in 8, 4 wins, 8 losses, and a win today and all other results going their way. They could bump up to 5th but a loss could see them last if other results go against them. And Glenunga, well, they're clear by 2 games on top of the minute, so a win today could see them go clear by 3 games, or a loss could, if shock win, could bring them back to that pack ever so slightly. But in round 4, these two sides face off at Pertaringa Oval, and Glenunga had a 32-point win. McMahon kicked 7 on that day, and Faye and Prosser both kicked 3 goals. So Prosser playing, of course, Faye there today as well. And as you mentioned, McMahon and Prosser, top 2 in Glenunga's leading goal scorers. And as you mentioned, indeed, Nathan, Gullies have 2 of the top 5 goal scorers in the comp in Latham and West, despite sitting in 8th position on the table. But plenty to play for on the line. The teams are lining up, and we're in preparation for our Indigenous recognition ceremony. Glenunga in their beautiful Indigenous jerseys designed by Abe Davis's brother, Ben Davis, on the left, and Tea Tree Gully in their Indigenous jerseys as well on the right. Umpires in the middle, and we're about to pause to begin our ceremony.
You get time. When does do you want to come over after the ceremony?
I think so, yeah. Give them a chance to shower. Are our mics off? They are. This is on. This is on. Lights on.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for giving me the honour and the privilege to be able to come in today. I would just like to thank those organisers, thank them for me being here this afternoon. We usually would have had a smoking ceremony and wanted a didgeridoo, but a lot of the guys are going to a meeting, so I'm on my own today. But Mani na putni na kanami na mani na nari Roslyn Coleman. Mara wichina gagana ni nana. Na wangadi mani na putni gani yurtana. Na tu yungagata yakanandaya. What I just said is that welcome. It's great that you've welcomed me today. The land that we meet on today is the land of the Ghana people. And I'd like to pay my respect to my elders, past, present and those emerging. I also want to say for those that are from different nations that might be present here today or playing this wonderful game with us, I'd like to also recognise your elders, past, present and those emerging, but also to the non-Aboriginal people that's here and partaking in this special event. I'd like to welcome you all here this afternoon. The Ghana people have social and spiritual and historical connection to this land, and their connections are as strong as it is today. I also want to acknowledge those that have come before us, who have continually opened the doors and fought the hard battles in keeping our culture alive and strong today, as we build upon their legacy today and into the future. Some may not know, some may know, but our land is the home to the red kangaroo, which is called Tanda. And we know that the red kangaroos, all kangaroos, they never move backwards. They always move forward. And for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, that's what we want to continue to do. I know that the Glenunga Rams Football Club, you are really grateful to be able to host an event to acknowledge the First Nations people within the club and the wider community. And I greatly appreciate of your willingness to take part in this special occasion. Glenunga Rams Football Club will continue to make the Indigenous event become a tradition in this club and to honour the contribution of the First Nations people in their club. I would also like to acknowledge their current captain, A. Davis, who seeks the help of his brother Ben Davis to design and produce a commemorative jersey to be worn by the senior team and the under-17 boys and also the 18 girls teams over this weekend. The jersey is representative of each of the First Nations family that are involved at the club. And I heard that the opponent also have some really fantastic jersey that I can see today. What a wonderful thing it is to be able to see this. When I see this, I think, that we have hope. When we come together in this special time to just recognise the Kaurna people and all those other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Sorry about that. But also, it already indicates that they intend to wear a commemorative jersey on the day, and how great that is. It shows and tells me that there is hope for us to walk in harmony, unity and solidarity together to have a better future for the next generation and moving forward. I know that this game, the Indigenous round, happens right across this great country of ours for the Glenunga Dominance Football Club and other clubs. It's about celebrating the hard work this club has done and will continue to do with great leadership within this club. Everyone in this club and other football clubs that are here represented today. It's very important and part of the role, and the work that you do is valuable and important in developing and encouraging the future generations of young people and seniors in developing into strong leaders within your club as we all build the pillars of reconciliation together and into the future. I know this game between the Glenunga Dominance Football Club, Gully Football Club is a very special and important, and that you need to remain focused, courageous and committed to the task set before you with pride, courage and passion as you play in the spirit of the game you love. Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder and give more than anyone else. I wish both teams all the best. Go Glenunga Dominance and good luck to Gully as you represent your club today. May our footprints on these ancient lands of the Kaurna country and other nations remind us of creation and connectedness in our search for truth telling. Natalia, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Good afternoon. Thanks everyone for coming out. I'm Ryan Davis. It's a pleasure to welcome you here to celebrate NAIDOC Week, the culture, the history and the culture and the independence of the First Nations people who have been part of our club and community. Thank you to the members of Parliament, Local Council, who are elected members for Bragg, James Stevens, member for Sturt, Di Wilkins and Ted Jennings. Just again another shout out to my brother Ben Davis, who along with myself and Tony Hayden were able to put together.
Is there a line
Well, there we have it. Welcome to country ceremony, all done and dusted, and a great chat there from Rosalind on what it means to her and the Ghana people. So all in readiness now. The players are just going to have a little bit of a warm-up as standing around, they get the hammies warm, and then we'll get this round 13 game between top of the table, Glenunga Rams, 12 and zip, taking on Tea Tree Gully, who sit in 8th position in 4 and 8. So, Jack, just about ready. I think we're going to have a special guest in the first quarter as well. Dylan Smith's going to come and join us. Sam Abel was originally going to join us, played his 250th last week, but he has got the call up to the A grade. So we're going to have Dylan come and join us. I think he's just coming over to see us now. So all in readiness now.
Yes, indeed. It was going to be nice to have Sammy Abel. He's a First Nations man himself, but got the call up to the A, so I'm sure he'd much rather be playing than in here with us. So he's on the field at the moment. We'll call him through this game. He designed the jersey last season as well for Glenunga's Indigenous round, but we are joined by a special guest who hasn't even gotten changed yet, so we won't hold him for long, but he is Dylan Smith. He's played one senior game this season, 7 in the Rezzies, second generation Rams player, so I'm guessing your dad played for the club?
Yeah, Dad played out here in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, captained the club. So he's been around the club. I was basically kind of brought up here, boundary umpired, goal umpired, scoreboard, around water, and now playing some footy. So
there we go. This is your classic stomping ground. So and we've been told that you're a reporter for Channel 9 News as well. So keep an eye. Channel 9 are sponsors of the league, of course. So might as well get them in there. So if you're Footy Club Thursday night, is it? I think Tom Moran or whoever is on the sport goes out to the local club, so a good sponsor. So how's things at the club this season for yourself? I mentioned you've only played the one senior game, but reserves are sitting pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's been good this year. Obviously, the seniors are sitting 12 and zip and, playing some good footy at the moment. The reserves are scratching away. I think, what are we now, 10 and 3. And it's pretty tight at the top of the table in the reserves with Sacred Heart and Golden Grove up there, who are pretty good as well, and Southport districts. And the C grade are kind of building, and they've had a few good wins this year as well. So yeah, I can playing footy when I can. Got to work every second weekend, but it's good to be out here. The boys are great, and we're going along nicely. So this should be a good game. The Indigenous round is a good one. We started it last year against Tea Tree Gully. That was the first one, and it really grew legs, and all the boys were keen to make it an annual fixture against Tea Tree Gully, and this year we've come up with the goods and a fantastically designed Guernsey by Ben Davis, Abe's brother.
Yes, certainly. Well said, Dylan. It should be a good game. We've got the sun out at the moment, which is great news. We had a lot of rain overnight, so pretty muddy out there underfoot at the moment. But we were talking before. There's a lot of good matchups. The ruck's going to be a huge battle today. Penny and West, and then both forward lines have a lot of firepower as well. So it should. Tea Tree Gully lost 4 in a row, so they're going to come out pretty hungry today and try and cause a bit of a boil over today.
Yeah, there's no easy games in Div 1. As you can see, the bottom teams have won four or so games, and anyone on their day can beat anyone. So, our boys are going to have to be on. Tea Tree Gully, always hard at the contest, tough, and, Blake Penny's been the premier ruckman in Div 1 for a long time. And we've got Jordan West, who's come over to the club this year, and he's been fantastic. And, they're kind of similar physique, similar sizes, so and I dare say it's going to be a lot of repeat stoppages. I mean, that's how we like to play anyway, but especially with the wet conditions, it could be a few ball up, so it'll be interesting to see who wins that battle. But it should be a good day. The sun's out at the moment, which is nice. The poor C grade copped a drenching at 10:30 this morning, but the sun's out, so it should be a great day.
Div 1 footy in the Adelaide Footy League from wherever you may be joining us on the Filming Footy stream this afternoon. It's Jack Moore, Nathan Woods, and we've got Glenunga Reserves player Dylan Smith alongside us for the pre-game here as the two captains shake hands with the umpires and toss the coin, and Big Abe Davis will toss the coin up and see who wins the toss, and we'll kick to the left of screen. Will be Glenunga in this opening quarter. You mentioned Dylan there that Gullies do have some fine players. Of course, in the ruck battle is going to be one to watch with Penny and West. But it's intriguing that they sit 8th, but they've got to the second leading goal kicker Latham and the 5th overall leading goal kicker in West for them. And for you guys, you've got McMahon, who's obviously 3rd overall, and Prosser, who's 6th overall. So hopefully, if the rain holds away, we might see a few goals.
Yeah, definitely. Latham's a really good player. He's really dangerous. I like how he goes about it, and he's one that definitely, during the week in the meetings and stuff, he's one that we single out that we've really got to put a lot of work into. Michael McMahon, Macca, and Harry Prosser are really playing some good footy at the moment. I know Michael McMahon's a class player, Sandford player, but Pross has been at the club since he left school, played Div 6, won the Div 5 leading goal kicking back in 2017, and has just taken his game to another level this year. He's kind of contested marking. I think that's his best asset. Up on the wing, he's got 2 or 3 guys on him, and he still seems to pluck it down. So should be a good battle.
Indeed it is. Well, the players are broken from their huddle, so we'll let you go and have a drink if you like, or do you want to hang around?
I'll hang around for it.
We'll hang around, no worries. So this one's about to get underway. We'll just shout our sponsors out one more time before I'll hand you over to Nathan for the first bounce or first throw up. Adelaide Footy League and scoreboard sponsor Sporto and Hahn. Filming footy for Footy Stats, Startfish, Farmers Leap, Archie's Best on Ground. I'm sure Abe Davis has got a bit of a pop-up Archie story. He's won a few of those. But West has been good, as you mentioned, Dylan as well, and a few other people and players for the Rams, like Kennett. And Pridham's been a good addition as well.
Yeah, he has. I just want to give a quick shout out. The Glenunga boys are wearing black armbands for club legend Bob Shaw, who sadly passed away on Monday. He was a club legend, and he played a lot of footy, coached and played a lot of cricket, and him and his late wife Cindy, they kind of ran the barbecue and canteen for decades, and were always the #1 supporters out here. So just pass on our sincere condolences to the Shaw family, and that's why the Rams boys are wearing black armbands.
There's a great post on the Rams Facebook page. Played 206 games for the Rams between 1960 and 82, and also played for the cricket club as well, and bowling figures of 9 for 13. So if you want to read through that on the Rams Facebook page, a great mark of respect. And there's a funeral if you're associated with the Rams or know Bob Shaw, Wednesday 24th of July at Centennial Park. So game has commenced. Nathan, take it away.
So it's just been the one stoppage now. Davis there, already muddy, gets a hurry kick forward. Prowse couldn't take the mark. Ball socket off the ground there. I think it was Brogdon. Tyson Bredden. So out to the wing now. Tammy gets a hurried handball. Olsen, been a good player for him this year, kicks the ball forward. Latham was there. We spoke about him earlier. Ball's going to be taken over the line there by Chris Olsen, who's back at Gully this season and playing some really good footy. Beating the best players 6 times this year.
Played some footy at Centrals too, 50 games.
Correct. A bit at Norwood as well. So, big hack out of the mid-air by Davis there. And Temmie wraps up Gully's player over. He's been pinged holding the ball, so...
Making no attempt, I think, on that occasion. Umpires on that note, Rob Kane and Paul Smithery in the field today.
So, short little kick out wide, looking for West, but cut off. Ball goes over the back. Desira's there, he takes it out of bounds. And there'll be a throw-in, out a wing.
Still joining commentary here by reserves player Dylan Smith for Glenunga, so we'll get some comments as this game unfolds. Boundary throw in. West gets to the front, taps it down. Bit of a neat tap to the right-hand side. And coming over the back, getting a hand on it was Prosser, but left it behind. And at ground level, umpire might decide he's dived on it. And indeed he does. So some good umpiring in the early stages to get the ball moving. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Rams. Going through Desira, who gets up, wastes no time, pumps it inside 50 to about 40, 42, 43. Under pressure immediately was Personos chasing after it. Wiseman. Out there, handball out. Pridham lurking, he might get it. Kick inside goes to about 20 from goal. Pushing his way down there, McMahon at the feet of the crumb, but couldn't run onto it. And boundary throwing about 25 out. What are the types of things that you look for in first quarters of Rams games to set the tone?
Probably just our stoppage work and kind of surging the ball forward. Getting our hands first to the ball in the contest and getting it going our way. I mean, as probably everyone knows, we're not the prettiest looking football team. We just kind of, got a big emphasis of surging the ball long and deep into our forward line and getting our forwards first look at it. So the boys have started pretty well, but Teacher Gully are holding up well. And it was similar to the B grade. I mean, first half we had a lot of the ball in our hands, and then, you know, they kind of broke from the back 50, which they're doing here. That was a good mark?
Latham, yeah. Spoke about him, yeah. Spot on, Dylan. Here go Tictory Gully forward, and Noah Hyde's taken the mark, so well worked from in defence. But, Glenunga, they just play that happy to repeat stoppage game, surge forward, and I think early on in the year there was a stat there that you guys had been in front in the A grade for 63 games in a row at half time, which is quite unbelievable.
It's a crazy stat, yeah.
And then PAC came out and led you, so you thought you'd mix it up and try come from behind, and you ended up flying home. And in comes Noah Hyde. This would be a great start for Tictory Gully. He's just hooked it a bit, and umpire does a bit of work. Through for a minor score, so visitors on the board. A good bit of movement from one end to the other. And they would have loved to put that one through, but not quite to be. But Latham, as we saw there, dangerous little player, fast. He's been at Tictory Gully his whole career, I think, 17 years or something like that.
Yeah, 131 games, but he's been there quite a while. He's their leading goal kicker this season, 26 in the season. Intercept mark taken by Olsen. Just looks to analyse the options and goes long. A little bit of holding. The umpire says play on, straight to the teeth of goals. Rush through, so Gully's double their lead. And the set shot on goal moments ago from Hyde at number 8. He's good for a goal a game, 10 in his 12 games this season. So get a second opportunity soon. He might not miss. Again, ball over the back on the outer side, and Gully's first to the footy as it breaks off. This is Breeden, shares it through hands, coming up to meet it, Hazelhurst. Jack over the top, finds a handball. White tackle just drifted high, but not too bad in the view of the umpire. Clearing kick to about 60 out from Zach Smith. He's been a good recruit for the Rams as it's locked up, and it might be a ball up or a free kick throw in. A word on Zach Smith, perhaps?
Yeah, Zach's been great. He's come down from Darwin a few years back, and he's been a really good addition down back. He's, probably that medium-sized defender, but a lot of the time he has to size up, and he's really good, and he often takes a really good contested pack mark. We love having Zachy at the club. Obviously, his brother Sam Smith was out here last year. And he's
no relation to you?
No, no relation. No relation to me. But yeah, Sam Smith was out here last year. But he had a crack at Glenelg this year, but he's unfortunately done his ACL again for the 5th or 6th time, unfortunately, so it's had a bit of a wretched run with that. But yeah, I think our defence is a bit undersized compared to last year, but we just kind of tend to compete, and it's a big emphasis from the coaching group is to put the pressure on the ball up the field to kind of get those hacks kicked into our defence that we can defend easily.
West wrenched it out of the ruck, and it's in the hands of the ever-reliable Abe Davis, and it's a bit of a set-up kick, really, but it's going to be a Gully's ball for last possession. Saw a great mark moments ago from Kelly Mansell, who's in for his first game this season from Tassie. Oliver Gasparin on the ground, early stages, and Spencer Prowse into the Rams team today for Oliver Cheeseman, who has a bit of an injury, and Tommy Bilby and Bo Schwartz, who's just playing the odd game to qualify himself in case of a finals run if he moves back. Playing some footy in Oregon in the Sunraysia Football League is Schwartz after being a top 3 player in the comp last season. Ball was just near us, and it's just off the boot. Might not be. It is going to be a free kick last possession. The umpires consult, and the ball was on the fault. It was going to be a good call from umpire Smitheram in the first place because it wasn't a kick on purpose, but the ball did go over the boundary line on the fall. So Davis to pump it inside 50.
A big contest there. Good punch from the Tictory Gully player. Gasparin was there. He overran it. Oh, strong tackle. Got 3 weeks for that in the AFL. The way he slammed him into the ground. But Tictory Gully certainly have come to play here. Started well.
So the ball's thrown up, and the ruckmen go to work again, waltzing together. And that's a vice-like tackle, a bit of one from both sides there. Both holding each other, but straight back with the flight. That's the breeze blows. That's Adrian Friday playing his 6th senior game of the season. A word perhaps, I know you've only played the 1 senior game, is well, we'll see if that comes back their way. We might pause on special comments for a sec, because Abe Davis has taken a mark. It was a mung off the boot, exiting defensive 50. 2-on-1 again, puts it straight back down Friday's chest. And the umpires found a free kick. It might be a throw. Some relief going the way of Gullies. So how long have you been at the club for, you mentioned, for life, really, through your family?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, for life. I was born in '98, so yeah, kind of grown up out here. A bit different. The club's a bit different to when it was back then. But I've been playing out here since I finished school. So first year was 2017, and was lucky enough to win 3 flags my first 3 years. Div 5, 4, and 3. It was a bit of a nice introduction to senior footy. I thought, how easy was this? And then played half a Div 2 in 2020, and then moved away to Port Lincoln for work, where I played footy over there, which was great fun. I love my time over there at the Tasman's Footy Club. And then moved back in Feb last year and played a couple of games in the seniors last year, and then yeah, played the one this year. But it's good. I'm 25. I feel like I'm kind of the senior bloke in the B grade. All the young fellas are 18, 19, and 20 years old. So it's good. It's good fun. It's good to kind of impart the little knowledge I have on a few of the boys.
Joined by a special guest, reserves player and club lifer, I guess you could say, Dylan Smith in the box today as the Wolves try to move it forward, just running under it quickly. Latham tried to go back for it, but it was too late. Ball might have been touched. Umpire says no. You can see Dylan Smith on 9 News, of course, reporter. And the next question I was going to have with the Rams, they're a bit of a success story on paper, how they moved through, coming from Div 5 or Div 6 maybe was the lowest, and have now established themselves as a powerhouse in Div 1. Here's Olsen looking to get the Wolves on the board. It's going to fly all the way across goal for a behind. But just a word or two on the rise of the Rams and I guess the influence of Nathan Grimer on that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've actually played in all 7 divs. We've gone, Div 7 through to Div 1. I think building the juniors has been a massive thing. We're probably the biggest junior club in Adelaide, maybe bar Golden Grove. And that's really been the catalyst. Robbie Miller started that all the way back in the early 2000s with 1 or 2 teams and just kind of built it from there. But yeah, like you said, Nath has been fantastic for the club to really take it probably to the next level and not only be competitive in Div 1 and try and stay in Div 1, but, you know, be a contender and be right up at the top. And, you know, he's so personable and he's here at 10 o'clock for the C graders and gives a lot of time for all the season Bs, not just the A's boys. And I think that's the biggest thing. And it's a real one club kind of focus and approach. And, you know, we try and instill the same game plan throughout the 3 sides. So, you know, whoever comes up or down, you know, it's the same game plan. You're not kind of reinventing the wheel. So that's been a really big thing. And, you know, obviously it's all about kind of consolidating up in the top division and being, you know, in Div 1 for as long as we can. So it's exciting times. The club's changed a lot, but it's fantastic. A lot of volunteers and, you know, people behind the scenes that do a power of work. So, yeah, as players, we're all really appreciative of what they do.
Yeah, I do see a lot of social media on a Sunday with all the kids singing the songs. Looks like it has a great program. The Glenunga Footy Club, a lot of volunteers and, results on the field as well. As Pridham has a snap at goal and just misses to his near side. So Glenunga score there, first score of the day, 1 behind. So pretty low scoring here, as we would expect. Heavy conditions. So Gully's going to bring the ball back in. Just notice Nick Wonke's not out here again today, mate. He came back, Dylan, a couple of weeks ago, and then did he injure himself for that Broadview game, or he's just sort of managing his way back into some footy?
Yeah, just managing it. He actually went to America for a couple of weeks, so he's just got back during the week, so we just gave him the week off, and he should be right to go next week, whether that's in the 1s or 2s. But no, he should be playing 1s. He'll be good to go next week. So we've got a few players to come in, which obviously strengthens our 2s and kind of filters everyone down. And so, yeah, we're in a good spot. But, yeah, and that's probably a new thing we've had. We haven't always had the depth, you know, coming up the grades. Our A's have been fantastic and our B's and C's have, you know, been down the bottom. So, yeah, if you want to be a good, successful club, you need to have the depth.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I did hear early on in the season there was about 30 players, I think, missing at one stage throughout the grade. So, so the ball's in Teacher Gully's forward line there, looking. Olsen's having a little kick off the ground there, trying to sneak one through. He's appealing for a free kick.
Off the behind post there.
Yeah, umpire's none of it. So deep in Gully's forward line, I'd love to jag the first goal of the game here. Being very competitive in this first quarter. As we see Abe Davis being watched carefully by Jordan Personos. The ball's been pinging around and there's been a free kick.
Kicking in danger, I think. Tried to hack it. and someone's hands must have been pretty close to the Sharon there.
So Geordie West, the big fella, is just going to go sideways. Out of Jack Scott, he's going to swing it wide to the new player in the side today, Kelly Mansell. Now to Abel, the late call-up. He gives it to the running Scott. I think it is tripped.
It's one of the only ways you can stop the Rams off half-back sometimes, especially with the likes of Pridham and Abel running off there. Davis wanted it, got the one hand, the Velcro dots on it. Here is Pridham.
Back to Davis now, steaming through the middle, the big man. Beautiful kick out to Faye. Faye now is going to launch long. It looks pretty good off the boot. Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. I think it's over the top. Penny couldn't. We got a hand to it, but the ball was over his head. So Deck Faye, been a good inclusion this year to the Rams. A real ball inside and also goes up forward and kicks goals as well. So Glenunga strike first. Quick coast to coast, some good ball movement. Scott through the middle with Davis. And Faye found himself in a lot of space, so a bit of loose checking from Teacher. And the Rams get the first one on the board.
Got some good sample experience. Faye played 52 games at North across the Rezzies and the league of the past 4 seasons, and Sturt before that, the Paynham Junior. So welcome addition, just another card on the deck for Nathan Grimer to pull out this season. Scoreboard makes the sport to win hard, and low scoring, only 10.5 minutes gone, but it's 1-1-7, 3 behinds. Here's Pridham out of the middle, just gets it on the boot. The Sharon resembles more of a rock than a footy at the moment, covered in mud. It's pretty messy out there, but rain is staying away, which is nice. Another relieving free kick going the way of Gullies. But a word on Faye to our special guest, Dylan Smith, reserves player and one club player for Glenunga. And just a further word on that depth. We spoke to Abe Davis prior to the game. He was saying getting as many names through the team as you can just sets you up for some good depth come finals.
Yeah, that's right. I think we've had close to 40 blokes play A grade this year, which is almost unheard of, and it just shows kind of that
especially for a team undefeated on top of the ladder too.
Well, yeah, exactly, and I think Nathan likes to try and expose blokes at the high level and see if they're up to it, and because you never know what happens in finals. You might get a few injuries, and you've got to call on blokes to be able to play in the heat of the moment and stand up in big games and under pressure. So I think that's a big focus for him. But yeah, I mean, we've got great depth now. B grade made the grand final last year. Obviously, the A's made the grand final, and so we're hoping to continue that this year. And
just going through that reserves team, your team obviously, the likes of Lagana, Abel was up in the A's at the moment. You've got, I know I've called Montgomery, Mooney, Thomas Byan as well, and a few others who have played some senior games. So not only are Glenunga taking all before them undefeated, you'd expect them not to have used many players, but quite the contrary. And, well, they're the team to beat this season. Were last season, fell one step short in the grand final. Still a few weeks away from that. Here's Gully sweeping it up the wing, coming up to meet it, not being able to, but laying a fantastic tackle with a one-club player. Brody Latham playing his 132nd game and one to watch. Their leading goal scorer with 26 on the season and second overall in Div 1. Moving on, Gully's pretty well in numbers so far in this game, competing well for an 8th place team. Umpire will ball it up and meter in from the line as we see Kelly Mansell. He's got a resume as long as his arm and his hair. Former Launceston junior, playing some footy at Glenelg and in the TSL. Pits up at Echuca as well. Pridham, gee, he's not only quick, he's strong, taking down a tackler there. He's been a good addition to your team this season.
Yeah, he's been a really good recruit and one that we constantly highlight for his gut running and his unselfish running. On Thursday and Tuesday nights with vision, he's constantly running up and down and fit as a fiddle.
In the best 10 of his 12 games this season. And a reflection of that there. Strong tackle, but Gully's win it back in the middle of the ground. Mark taken about 60 up by Tyler Martin. 38 games in the Rezzies for Norwood. Looks to back himself in here. He'll kick from about 55. We'll need to manoeuvre the man of the mark and pump it all the way to about 5 metres out from goal. It's going to carry the man of the line. Tyler Martin summed up the conditions to an absolute T, and Tyler's got his opening goal. He's kicked 18 now in the season. This game's pretty good early on the Sport to Enhance scoreboard. They take the lead back, do the Gullies 139, Glenunga 117.
Yeah, good goal for Teacher Gully there. Holding their own here in this first quarter. And 1 goal 3 plays 1 goal 1. The ball back in the middle now. Umpire's just moved the centre towards us a little bit to get out of that muddy patch. Big Western Penny will go at it. Davis in the middle there as well. Penny tries to grab it out of the ground. Davis working hard. Ball goes to Tate though. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle.
Strong from Kelly Manson. I'm not sure if you know much about him, Dylan, at all. First game for the club.
Yeah, he's come to the club halfway through the year, and he's been a great addition. You know, especially at training. Just he's a bit older, a bit more experienced. Has been around the traps at a pretty high level. So, and he's been really good, kind of to offer a new and fresh opinion to the boys, and a bit of an extra voice to help Nans out. So. Well, here we go.
Oh, turn a call through for him.
Dex got his second. That was a nice little pick that off, pickpocket in the goal scorer, and he's got 2. He's not a big goal kicker, Deck, I don't think. How many did he kick this year?
He's his 9th now through his 10 games. Won a game.
What would I know? Not bad. Not
Medium-sized goal kicker.
Not bad for a midfielder. He's been another good addition as well. He's good mates with a lot of the fellas out here. Went to the Saints and knows a lot of the boys, so we were really keen to get him over, and he's been a really good addition. Kind of strong in and under midfielder, and yeah, he's hitting the scoreboard. He's kicked 2. Probably the first time he's kicked multiple goals.
Yeah, just hovering off the pack in a bit of a pickpocket kind of role, but that's the pressure that the Rams bring on every ground ball, every mark that's not taken. They're hovering around. So scoreboard, Sporto and Hahn, our scoreboard sponsor, 2-1-13. Rams pinch that lead, back lead by 4. Gully's 1-3-9.
So back in the middle. Bennett's gone into the middle. Gasparin's working hard. Wrapped up in a tackle. A quick goal out of nothing to Glenunga. Strike back in front. Davis now doing the ruck. Parsons gets a hurry kick. Faye's wrapped up in a tackle, but he's going to be given the free kick as he was held without it. So cleaning the mud off the hands, and he's going to put Glenunga deep inside 50, but it's been a slow play, so plenty of players have got back into the defensive 50, so it's pretty clogged up now.
Been a few tough tackles earlier in this game. We've played about 16. Umpires just sorting it out, making sure that nothing further from that. Pay the free kick, and Glenunga through, I think it's Faye, can reload.
So Faye, shake that kick. Bennett's there, goes past him, well picked up by Martin though. He just bangs it into the middle there. The ball skids across the mud. Kelly Mansell goes for a slide. He's wrapped up in a tackle now. They want holding the ball, but Calavasitas now has it. His kick smothered. You always pick up Calavasitas in the bright orange boots. Kicks forward now. It's all Teacher Gully back there. So Tyler Martin, he started well today, been one of their good players.
The goal scorer, the vice captain, just dropping back to half back, just to take the pressure off. Yep.
Yeah, he's kicked 17 goals as well. So into the middle, Penny now. He's going to swing it wide. So Hyde now on the left foot, kicks out wide. Zach Smith leads in the race, reads it well as he's done all year. Just cuts across. He's got a good shooter in Nathan Grimer, who was very good at intercept marks like that. So Smith, he pumps it in long. McMahon up, couldn't take the mark. Faye, I think, working again hard. Muddle over him. McMahon now. Hurry kick forward, 1-on-1. Well done, in front. Taking a good mark there was the Gully's player in front of Prowse, who's back in the side this week. Did get him mixed up with Jack Mooney a fair bit when they were playing together, the 38-39 combo, the two blondies. So Gullies go forward, out of side, a lot of play out there at the moment. We've only had one little bit of play in front of us here. But there'll be a throw in, out a wing.
Been pretty hot and heavy. The clouds are just coming across Webb Oval, so let's just knock on some wood. Hope the rain holds away. Glimmer of sun earlier. Penny in the ruck. Arguably Div 1's best big man, but as we mentioned in the pre-game, Jordan West is seriously staking his claim.
Yeah, he's been really, really good. We tried to get him last year. He was obviously playing at Woodview West Torrens the year before last, but he just wanted a year off. He's a very good basketballer. He plays NBL 1. either for West Adelaide or Woodville. Don't quote me on that, but he is a very good basketballer. So first half of the year, he was playing 100% game time in the ruck, and then going and playing 100% game time in NBL 1. Wow. But now the basketball team have put him on limited numbers. But he's been awesome. He's and a really lovely fella, really knowledgeable, and he's so important to our game plan and our game style. He gets first, more often than not, first hit and just puts it right in the spot for our midfielders to go to work. So he's been great.
It's one of those athletes as well. You can underrate them. You take one look at the big fella, you think he might have a couple of efforts in him, but if he plays 100% game time, rare find. Here's a Wisman. Might be a rare find this afternoon. Just across the face of goal and minor score. So 2-2-14. Glenunga move along. Gully's 1-3-9. 5-point lead. Sportle, hard, ultra low carb scoreboard. Mentioned Jordan West, the Cronulla junior from New South Wales. Played some footy for Sydney in the NEFL. Might have crossed paths with Abe Davis there possibly. And 82 games at Woodville West Torrens across 5 seasons. Out of side, off. In a flash, he's off. Here is West. He heard his ears burning. And he thought, it's my time to shine. Takes the mark, 30 out. And let's give the honour to Dylan Smith to, for his sake anyway, call this through perhaps.
I'm not too confident on his goal kicking, so we'll see how we go. But
the lead and mark were great though.
Yes.
Can pop that down as a Bianco nomination for Mark of the Week. How's he got the finish in him?
We'll see. He's about 30 out on a slight angle in front of the scoreboard. We call it the playground pocket, famous here at Webb Oval. In he comes. West. Oh, goal umpire doesn't move. Never in doubt. What would I know? That's a good goal. That was a good play from Parsons in the lead up to pick the pocket of the Tea Tree Gully player out on the far half forward flank. And he delivered nicely into West, who came from behind and took the mark in front of the Tea Tree Gully player. But it's been a good start from Tea Tree Gully. I think their tackling has been a feature. Their contest work and their intercept marks across halfback have been really good. And I dare say Nathan won't be too happy with that at quarter time.
I'll tell you what, if Channel 9 ever get the rights to the footy back, call Dylan Smith up. Got some good special comments and good commentary there. Reserves player joining us in the first quarter here, but scoreboard moved along nicely, just getting a bit out of sight. Not too bad, but 20 plays 9, 11-point gap on that Sporto enhanced scoreboard.
Zach Smith now, he's under the pump. Wisman's got it, wrapped up by Penny. He's just going back to West. That was a good mark. He was behind. He just stuck the hands out, those big hands. And, really good mark because it was a chiselling ball from Sammy Parsons. So, big pack of players. Sully Kennett. It's just got over the shoulder of Will Cansdell. He goes out wide. Looking for Spencer. He couldn't do it, but Carla Mercedes has it now. Pink boots. Big pack. Good punch there. Kraus. Here go Glenunga. Desira has one. He's put the burners on. Has another one. Desira. Desira has 3. And runs into the goal. Huey Desira. Ryan Heffernan was working hard, chasing, but Huey Desira, 3 bounces, put the Jets on and ran into an open goal. So Glenunga now starting to put their foot down a little bit. They get their 4th goal. Desira gets his first, and it's out to a 17-point margin.
Made him look like Kale Hooker there, didn't he? Chasing him down, he was running in quicksand. I thought the last little sprint he might have gone over about 15 metres, but the umpire was like, you know what? That is deserving of a goal of the week. Nomination, put that down thanks to Born to Build. Beautiful goal, and Dylan, you're calling that home. Off to the races.
Couldn't control myself. That was good. Good tap by West.
Over to you, Dill.
Good pick up, Gaspar, and
call a bit of the action for us. Is the Rams have another inside 50 on their plate here, perhaps?
I thought he was pretty stiff, but Gaspar plays on quickly, gets it in. McMahon, Price at the back, hands off to Pridham, or it's Prowse. They Teacher Gully clear. Momentarily to Lincoln Bennett, who marks about 40 out straight in front. Now, Lincoln's another one who's been at the club for a long time with Harry Prosser. They're 2 Mercedes boys that have come from Div 6 all the way through to Div 1. And Link's a really good club man, and he's really having a good year, kind of reinventing himself as a bit of a role player through the middle. So I'm not going to give too much away, but you can kind of probably put 2 and 2 together.
13 goals so far this season in his 12 games and 181 games for the club, and he's been at Glenunga. This is his 11th season, so a stalwart.
Here he is. 30 out straight in front, Lincoln Bennett. Puts it straight through and he loves it as well. A bit of a let's go, and Glenunga really starting to put their foot down right on the quarter time siren. So a good second half of that quarter for Glenunga after a really tight start from Teacher Gully.
Well called. Nathan might put us out of a job soon. We'll see. But Dylan Smith, reserves player and club stalwart here, has been joining us for the first quarter. I mean, you're happy to hang around if you like, hang around for the second quarter, but if you want to have a shower and get changed, that might be the better choice. But thank you for your time.
All good. Thanks for having me.
And where can we see you during the week? Give a bit of a shout out.
Yeah, watch me on Channel 9. Turn on to Channel 9. We need all the viewers we can get. Channel 9, great sponsor of the Adelaide Footy League, and yeah, switch the TV on at 6 o'clock to see my ugly mug.
I dare say a few fines might be coming your way for the first quarter of this, so we might just delete it from the stream maybe, so we can save you that. But thank you for your time. Appreciate that, and good luck charm for the Rams.
Ultra low carb.
Ultra, yeah. Han Super Dry sponsors the sponsored product. Thank you, Dylan. You can see him playing some reserves footy for the Rams next week. A good luck charm in that first quarter, Nathan. The Rams arm wrestle early, but at quarter time they've kicked out to a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, we know how dangerous they can be. In twinkling of an eye, they've kicked the last 3 goals of the quarter, and really asserted their authority. And Teacher Gully, siren came at a good time, so they can sort of regroup, reset, and try and bounce back in this start of the second quarter.
So Faye got us underway with a goal in the 10th minute. Martin all square after 15 minutes, but then, as you said, Faye again for his second. West Desira with a goal of the day nomination, and Bennett 3 goals in 4 minutes mean at quarter time it's the Rams 5-2-32. The Gully Wolves 1-3-9, a quarter time lead of 23 points. Second quarter coming up. Rams and Wolves in round 13 of the Adelaide Footy League. Where is this year gone, Nathan? Goodness gracious, we're about a month and a bit away from finals, and the Rams looking to... They can still push up to that 5th spot with a win here, but it's going to take a bit more effort than the last 4 minutes of that first quarter. Glenunga ramming on, 3 goals in a row to take a 23-point lead into the first break.
Yeah, they just put the foot down late in that quarter, the Rams, after a pretty even first 15 or so minutes. So we're just about ready for the second quarter here. What can Gully do? 23-point margin. Big Geordie West.
Divine Footy, of course, brought to you by Sportal, Hahn, Filming Footy, Dartfish, Farmers Leap, our best on ground, thanks to Archie's, and Snag of the Day, thanks to Jag Meatworks. I dare he's got his nose in front for that one.
Yes, great running goal. Martin's flown out of the pack there. Faye's been good. He gets a hurry kick forward. Picked up by Wiseman. He has a big ping at goals. It looks pretty good off the boot. It's gone all the way. So Glenunga start the way they finished off that first quarter. They've got one within the first minute, and Fletcher Wiseman kicks his 12th of the season, and a goal out of nothing. Just threw it on the boot from about 55 metres out. Ball carried over the back and straight through. So Glenunga strike first. They go out to 6-2. 38 to the visitors. Kicked the first goal of the game, I think, didn't they? So,
Wiseman, yeah, just summed it up, didn't
Wiseman,
he?
yeah.
Set sail for home, cast the sails, left it to the breeze, and Mother Nature did the rest. So, Sportal scoreboard getting a bit ugly all of a sudden.
Certainly is. Back in the middle, West. Beautiful tap down to Davis.
Ooh, champagne
Davis,
footy.
That was great to watch. Davis pumps it in forward, leading in the way there was Butterworth, I think it was. He kicks it forward though, and Chris Olsen cuts that one off. So Olsen going to swing it out wide. Dangerous kick though. It's coming back in. Here's our man.
Prosser had the kick in.
Kelly Mansell, was it? Yeah,
think.
Kelly Mansell chipped it out wide, I think, and now is it...
A few jerseys a bit messy with
Yes.
this mud in the middle of the ground, but what's not messy is the way the Rams are using the footy at the moment. That tap from West down to Abe Davis, just silky smooth at the minute.
Certainly was. I think Prosser's got it now. So Harry Prosser, been good this year. Kicks it in long. It's not quite going to make it. Some arms there, face there. What can he do? One way or the other. Now kicks it across the face of goal though, and Zach Mackay's going to take the mark and try and clear for Gully.
So Mackay goes. There's no second option. Could have pulled it short, went long, turned it over. Invites the heat. Pressure's hot in the Webb Oval kitchen. Early stages, second quarter. It's been 5 goals in a row. There might be a 6th coming up here. As taken high to the bottom of that pack is it. Looks like Gasparin perhaps in the bottom of that one.
Butterworth.
Or Butterworth in the 32. We'll see a bit of a slight frame, but he'll line up, and Glenunga are just pouring on the pressure. Davis peels around for the handball. He's a hungry man. It's been all blue and white in this closing stages of the first quarter and opening stanza of the second. Can they add some more misery on and keep piling it on? Gullies find themselves in a massive hole. And he says, "Get around me, boys." And they do just that. So Sportal and Hahn scoreboard. It's horror story stuff at the minute for the Wolves after a pretty strong start. Arm wrestle, goal apiece after 15 minutes. It's been 5 in a row since then. 6-2, 38, 139, 29-point gap. Wolves need to change something and change it quickly.
Certainly do. Tommy Butterworth, first goal of the season. I think it's 7 now, actually. So 7-2, 44. So back in the middle now. Davis is there. Martin wearing him closely. Ball's pinged out to Carla Vasitas. He soccers it forward. Leading in the race, Parsons gathers. He goes. Glenunga again. Gaspar, a beautiful kick to McMahon. And Glenunga are turning it on here. Michael McMahon. Beautiful football from Glenunga.
How's the use from Gasparin as well? He's playing only his 4th game of the season. Former Walkerville and Paynham juniors. Put it into a spot where McMahon couldn't help but mark it. And you're right, 7 goals on the scoreboard now. Those scoreboard operators can't keep up.
Yeah, some smiles on the faces of the Glenunga boys as they come off the ground. Enjoying their work as McMahon puts it through. Number 8 for Glenunga. They took a while to get going, but this well-oiled machine now he's on fire, and Teacher Gully need to do something very quickly to stop the onslaught. Well, this could get very ugly. So 8 goals, 2 now, Glenunga, after a bit of a stalemate that first 15 minutes. It's just been all Glenunga since then on, Jack.
McMahon, 26 goals in the season. He's ever dangerous, and the beauty for Nathan Grimer is that would be their 7th individual goal kicker of the day, so it's not all coming from the one source. Speaking of source, Gullies need something from their big one, Penny. Out of the middle, he takes it down, runs off, because the ball's going to come right back over his head. The kick went astray. Going to drift into this contest, and with an uncontested mark in the end, got both hands to it, goes back in for seconds, picks himself up a piece of the pie, but it's a ball up on the outer side. All Glenunga behind the footy, in front of the footy, around the ball. Seems like they've got an extra couple of men at the moment. West blocked, got to it eventually, came down to Penny, ground level, just trying to wrench it out of there. And moving through to about 50 out. It's going to spill outside the tape. Over at McMahon. Not his bread and butter. Usually better with the hands out in front rather than at ground level. They spill in. McKay's got someone on the other side of that. Asprey had the other arm of Dec Fay. He's got 2 goals on the day, Dec Fay. Finds himself on ball now as the boundary, well, the field umpire throws it up, I should say. West wins it down. Took it off his teammate there. Looked like Butterworth or Prowse. Moving through. Fay. He's having a hot minute. Abe's being held. Umpire says play on. He follows up nicely though and wrenches it out of his opponent's grasp as Olsen clears to the outer side.
Kelly Mansell gathers well. Round 1, round 2. Does well now. Just got tackled as he was about to kick it. Bit of a collision in the middle. Now, Desira, who we saw kick that great goal in the first quarter, kicks forward, but good mark in defence there by Jack Asprey. Good defender. Out to Olsen. So Olsen getting busy now. One player for the Wolves. Not much ahead though. Just trying to slow it down. He's going to go down the line.
I think his first season for the Wolves this year, he's been a key pillar in that back 6. Needs some support right now though.
Certainly does. So, big pack of players on the outer side now. So a stoppage now. So the tap there. Comes out wide. A lot of players around the ball. James White gets a hurry kick forward. Can Gullies get something going? Kelly Mansell's there though. He's just happy to take it over. It's going to be pinged deliberate though. You see it being paid a little bit more now in Division 1.
First game in this league for Kelly Mansell. He's going to have to learn quickly there. He just patted it straight over the boundary.
Yeah, umpire was having none of it. So kick forward but straight down the throat.
Rams everywhere.
Rams are everywhere. Controlling this game very well. So now Zach Smith's got it. He's going to pump it long. Penny's there though. 1-2 bites of it. He's going to be paid the mark. Olsen was going to play on, but you can't play on from a mark unless it was a free. I'm not sure. But anyway, Blake Penny's going to take the ball. So this slow play is going to suit Glenunga as they get numbers back.
Yeah, very clogged inside D50 for the Rams, but they've got the big men back there. Abe Davis playing loose behind the footy. You'd swear there's a couple of them out there.
Out wide, Davis is there. He just belts it out of bounds. No, he doesn't. It stays in. There's a Century Gully player there. Oh, could have been taken high there. Lincoln Bennett, I think it was. Bit of an errant fist over the shoulder. And Teatree Gully going to have a shot at goal here. It's Chris Olsen. So we saw him back in defence just before. Now he's come forward and he's going to have a shot at goal. He's kicked 4 goals this season. So kicked the odd goal. He's been in the best players 6 times.
Found himself up the ground there, didn't he? Because we saw him at half back in the first quarter and about 2 minutes ago. Just roaming up with the footy.
Yeah, working hard. So Olsen, much needed goal for Gullies. Can he get it? No. He's just missed to the near side. So might score to Tea Tree Gully. They go to 1-4. They need goals at the moment. So Scott's going to bring it back in now. He's going to come this side. Crosses there. McMahon in front gets a tap out the back. Good tackle though. Cody Tape's wrapped up in a strong tackle, but it might have been done for a sling.
I thought the umpire might have caught a little bit of head contact with the grass at the last second.
Yeah, a bit keen. Carla Macedas there. Goes up forward now. Abel. Out to Abe Davis. He pumps it forward. Oh, McMahon, a bit unrealistic there. He's going to get...
Yeah, he was pushed into it by the opponent there.
Good call, Jack. Out wide, West in a mismatch. The big fella's there. In front, Wiseman. He gets a handball out wide. Another one, Aaron Handball to Prowse. Prowse now to Desira. They're queuing up. Huey Desira goes bang. He's got his second. And from one end to another, Glenunga get their ninth. And Tea Tree Gully, they desperately needed one. Olsen couldn't finish. And Glenunga have just got bang, transition, goal. They were queuing up. String of handballs. And the margin of that, it's near 8 goals.
Blink and you miss it. Rams just extend that margin. Gullies can't take a trick at the moment. Desira has his second of the day to go alongside his Jag Meatworks goal of the day nomination for that running goal from about 60. He took about 4 bounces and ran into an open goal face in the first quarter. He's got 2. Sporto and Hahn, Ultra Zero Carb scoreboard. Bleak reading if you're a red and black fan. 56 plays 10. A 46-point lead, and we've only played 14 minutes in this second quarter. In fact, make that 11. This game is already running out of control for the Wolves of Gullies. Kennett, handball. Ground level, pick it up if you can. Chase down.
The little man Pridham's got
Too
big
fast.
Tyler West.
Tyler West found himself about a foot deep in that mud patch, and you called it, Nathan, beautifully. Pridham, Speedy Gonzalez across the turf, and he's open for a short option there, but great tackle. Won himself holding the ball. 1 grab 2, McMahon. He wants a big day. Kicked 7 against Gullies last time these two messed. Too big, too strong, too tall, Geordie West. Directly in front, he'll go back for his second of the day.
Yeah, it's a luxury Glenunga have. They just throw Davis, West up forward, 1-on-1. They've already got some firepower with Parsons, McMahon and Prosser up there, and then they can throw a big ruckman up there as well and get a bit of a mismatch. And big Geordie West, 1-on-1 there. He was always going to mark that one.
Only kicked the 3 goals of the season coming into this to Geordie West. In fact, 2. Made it 3 in the first quarter. Oh, he steps up to the plate. This might be a day for the Rams to fill their boots today. The rain's holding off. The conditions are perfect. And the heads are dropping from the Wolves, aren't they? Goodness me. It's been an onslaught. 10-2, 62, 1-4-10. A 52-point lead on that Sportal and Hahn Ultra Zero Carb scoreboard. West has 2.
Yeah, it's party time at the moment. The Rams, everyone getting involved. Multiple goal kickers. Desira, Faye, West. So they're having some fun out here, Glenunga. What can Tea Tree Gully do? Kessel's there. He's wrapped up by Bennett and Davis. They're still hungry here, Glenunga. They're not taking the foot off at all. They can smell some blood here.
Nathan Grimer still very vocal on the bench. He's leaving nothing to chance here. And a bit of friendly advice
Davis,
for the umpires as well.
So Davis has got a free kick there. He's been good, Davis. Out wide now. Frost is there. Good spoil. Ball comes out wide here. Little toe off the ground by Olsen. And Freddie picks it up, but he's slung over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in, around 50 metres out from Glenunga's goal. So throw in. Tully Kennett grabs it out of the air. He's wrapped up by Penny. So big Blake Penny. Good tackle. Throw up now. Davis does a bit of the ruck work. McKay's there. Spills to Abel. Pumps it in long. Good courage. Olsen and Bennett both went at it, and Lincoln Bennett, great mark, going back with the flight.
Just plucked it off the tree, didn't he? Just looked for it, made it. He has got front position. He'll kick from on the 50. but he's already proven in games this year he's got the distance in him, and as you said, good for a goal a game through his 180 odd games for the Rams. He's been here since 2014.
He kicked 3 1/4 a few weeks ago. I remember out here, me and Beck were doing a game. He was on fire early, so yeah, he's done some tagging roles as well. He did a good job on Matty Nunn earlier in the year. So Bennett, close to the man on the mark there. And just sliced that one.
May have ridden him down as a goal a bit prematurely there, so apologies to Rams fans for that one, but I'm sure there'll be plenty more opportunities.
So Gully's bring it back in. That was out in the full. Josh Spence was there flying for it. Ball kicks hurried forward. Handball comes out now. Cansdale's got it. He's trying to get his team back in this. Out wide now. Ashley Tucker, first senior game of the year. He's taken out of bounds though. Parsons does well. Kicks it to a dangerous spot. A lot of Gully's players back there and fisted through by Personos, and Heffernan was there also. So Glenunga doing all the attacking. Another minor score. They've got 10 goals. 3 behind, so the visitors won 4. And Teacher Gully to bring it back in.
If you're just joining us, it was 1 goal apiece after 15 minutes, and since then, well, absolute onslaught. Rams everywhere. They're roaming Webb Oval and they're taking no prisoners. Here's Pridham, always in the best. Sends it back off the hands. I mean, Prosser out there. Hard to see. Some of these jerseys getting pretty dirty on the outer side. Kelly Mansell involved. And a free kick will go the way of Glenunga. It'll be Pridham. He'll take it. He'll pump it to about 60 out. There's a mess of men in that vicinity. Just holds up on the breeze, picking up slightly. A few dark clouds hovering. Might be the only thing that might save the Gullies this afternoon is if we get a bit of rain. It's a 53-point margin halfway through the second quarter. Saturday afternoon, Adelaide Footy League. Round 13. Both ruckmen lock up each other. No free kick given, and the man, that is McMahon, does the bodywork early, wins it. Mark's uncontested. They're holding each other. Doesn't matter. This man is the cream of the crop. Abe Davis is just... He's having a bit of a joke with him out there. He's too good. He was being held. He held back and he peeled off just in time to take... In the end, it was a pretty comfortable chest mark.
Yeah, it's hard, man. When he's got that front position, hard man to get around. Big Abe Davis.
Over 100 goals in his 2 stints at South and Sturt in the Sandfield. He's brought this club to win a premiership. 1 step short last season, but they're powering towards one now. 11 on the board, and we haven't even hit the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. Sporto and Hans scoreboard. It's getting ugly. In fact, it's beyond ugly now for Gullies. 11-3-69. It's a lead of 59 points.
Yeah, we saw West on a one-on-one before. Now they just throw Abe Davis down forward on a one-on-one. And it's hard work for some of those defenders for Teacher Gully when you got firepower like that coming down at will. So ball back in the middle now. Kennett's working hard. Olsen, good smother. Kelly Mansell, he's in and under. And umpire circling. He's going to ping someone holding the ball. I don't even know where the ball was there, but it's going to go Glenunga's way in the end. So Tully Kennett now.
It's the last thing the Wolves need. Glenunga winning the lucky dip of umpiring as well.
Out wide now. Egar's got it. Nick Egar going to pump him back in forward. Glenunga, that is. Coming across Prosser. Good mark. Great mark in from the side. 2 bites of the cherry. Slings it in forward, looking for Davis again. It's a beautiful kick in front of Davis to his advantage. And perfect kick by Prosser. And he just let Abe Davis run onto that. Great mark. Can't do a thing wrong here at the moment, Glenunga.
How's the slice? That's straight out of The Bear, that TV show. He's just taken the correct knife out and just carved that back with the breeze, and the defender had 0 chance of getting anywhere near it. Abe Davis, he's got a Sharon mark on his chest. He'll line up for his 2nd of the day and his 20th goal of the season.
Yeah, really important. Teacher Gully keep their heads up. Just a few guys coming off the ground. Cansel trying to get the boys up and about. See Tyler West there. We need Teacher Gully need him to get involved. He's been quiet. As Davis comes in, he's just let back on that. Umpire's done a lot of work. He's only just snuck that in for a point.
I've done it again.
Wouldn't be happy with that, Abe Davis. Prides himself on his beautiful kick. And
he might have missed that one on purpose just to give himself a bit of a rev up to keep engaged. But you wouldn't have thought so. But
so Riley Verrill brings it back in. Out wide now. Here we go. Teacher Gully, well crumbed. It's all Gully's back here, though. Glenunga, Zach Smith leads in the race. He looks to switch it. He had 2 on. Ego and Scott were calling for it, but he went down the line to Kelly Mansell. So 10 goals even the margin, 60 points. Kelly Mansell just over the top, overcooked that one, over Prowse's head. And Tyler Penny now, Blake Penny now is going to roost a long kick forward. Tyler West, there he is, couldn't quite take the mark. Parsons wrapped up in a strong tackle. The crowd says ball. We didn't have a lot of opportunity, but the umpire said holding the ball. So Parsons looks at the umpire, mystified at that.
Darfish replay. Josh Spence just at ground level. I guess the umpire might have judged there. He elected to take the tackle on, try to bust through. And if you have that intent, then you've got to dispose of it. And he didn't. And, well, just reward for a great defensive tackle inside 50 for Spence.
So Spence, good kick of the footy, makes no mistake. So Gullies get their second. A good mark by Penny. He pumped it in long. And Josh Spence laid a good tackle, was rewarded. And Gullies get a much needed goal. So Josh Spence kicked 3 goals for the year. He's done a bit of kicking out in games I've seen as well, played in defence. It's a lovely kick of the footy.
Should bring up his 100th game early next season, should he stay fit. As you said, 4th goal of the season. Played some footy at Centrals in the reserves too. So, a Gullies junior. Plenty of these, in fact, 20 of these Gullies players played their junior footy at the club. So, definitely a family footy club. Tea Tree Gully is a bit of a miscommunication between wingman and half forward. Sees Glenunga have an extra inside defensive 50, but went to a 1-on-1 contest. White came out to get it. The tackling pressure has just gone up a couple of notches. If Gullies can pierce the scoreboard here and just get a couple more, you never know. Rain holding off. Margin sits at 54 points, so it's a few bridges, then a couple of skyscrapers to climb. And the free kick going against Gullies here will go the way of the Rams. Good pressure in their D50, and the short option's back, having to stretch for it. Kelly Mansell, first senior game of the season. Scott, eager to get it on. Just
Zach Smith's got the
pick it up,
hasn't he?
It's not raining, it's not a cake of soap, but he couldn't pick it up. It's a twirly, tumbly punt going to the favour of McMahon in the end. It favours the brave! And he put his cards on the table, the chips. Set sail towards goal, but the footy gods in the end go the way of Gullies. They sweep it out to the outer side, and here's Penny, strong contested mark.
So Gullies on the move now. Little 1-2, Asprey. 1-on-1, good position there. Could have nearly been paid the mark. Ball comes out to Olsen now. Olsen snaps forward to the goal square, but Zach Smith in front there of Spence.
Yeah, Spence just gave him one as well after he took that mark. Nothing too malicious in it, but umpire just getting in there to make sure nothing evolved, but a little bit of frustration
yeah.
I dare say. They go short and they're all manned up, and they go long, and there seems to be a couple of loose. They just can't win at the moment.
So they've got another chance here. Penny, he's been good this quarter, pumps it in long. Latham, they need him involved. And West, great tackle by Davis. West was spinning around, and from the side, Davis goes bang. You would have thought he could have been rewarded with a free kick there, Abe Davis, because Tyler West had some opportunity. But the umpire throws it up. West grabs it out of the mid-air, gives a little handball out to Scott. He slams it on the boot. Out wide, good use of the body there, though, by Hazelhurst. He quickly plays on, but straight back to Scott. Playing kick to kick, those two.
Hazelhurst says, no, you have it. No, you have it. It's all good.
So Scott out to Davis now. Davis out wide, Butterworth there. Good spoil. Personos there. It's happy to take it out of bounds in front of Carla Vasitas. Couple of minutes left in this half. All Glenunga. Teacher Gully kicked the last goal, but Glenunga are dominating. So in the ruck, Penny. Here goes West. Pridham through his legs. And kick forward by Verrill. Oh, good mark, Latham. Good hands. Only small in stature there, but great hands from Brodie Latham. So
He's back him in. Second overall goal kicker in the comp this season.
26 goals he has. So Latham, can they get 2 in a row here, Gullies? Take a little bit of momentum into half-time. In comes Latham. It's pretty good. Curls back. Oh, to the line. The umpire's having a look here. I think he might call this a goal.
Looks a touch confused, doesn't he? Field umpires coming in just to make sure. There was a flurry of bodies in the post.
I think he's going to call this a goal, but Glenunga players remonstrating, saying we touched it.
If there is a miscommunication, the umpires aren't sure. It should be the left
Oh, yeah,
up.
he's going to call it. All clear.
So someone's going to be sure, and he was.
Brodie Latham, he called it well, Jack. The second leading goal kicker in the competition, and that's why. Sharp angle, great hands. And 2 in a row here for Gully, so a little late, bit of momentum before half-time. Something that the coach can work with, hopefully, for Gully's sake in this second half.
Sporto and Hahn, Ultra Zero Carb scoreboard, 11-5-71. It's a long way back, but they're just getting back in steps. 2 goals in time on for the Wolves. Back in the ruck. Moving out of the contest. Half-time might be still a few minutes away, seeing as we've had a pretty goal-heavy quarter. Glenunga have kicked 6. Gullies with 2, so 8 in the quarter. Expect this one to maybe tick beyond 28, 29 minutes. Trying to get involved, Mackay. Looks like he was a bit scared of getting dirty there, Mackay. Just stay out of it. Otherwise, he would have been dragged down to the muck. That is the middle of Webb Oval. Rain stayed away. Davis lurks. Fist. Lovely from West. Pridham just was carefully tackled to ground. Lovely to see that. The tackle came from Brennan. He jogs back and West puts a Superman cape once again. He's winning that battle against Blake Penny. Davis sweeping forward, puts the arms out, says umpire was held, ball was out. Agrees and he turns his back straight away. A bit of a smirk on the old dial. Abe Davis, he's coming up for his 3rd goal of the quarter. 3rd of the day it will be. 2nd of the day, I should say. Missed that one earlier from the set shot. He'll kick from about 48.
Yeah, he played that well, Abe. And now he's missed the easier one. You'd back him to kick this harder one, wouldn't you?
There is a siren.
Very deliberate.
27-minute quarter. This to just undo any of the inroads that Teacher Gully have been able to make in the past 5 minutes. Davis from 45. Well, he's gone straight through, to the right, to the left. Next one's going straight through in the 3rd quarter if he gets another opportunity. But a dominant quarter from Glenunga. They fought the arm wrestle through in the opening stages of that opening term. And Davis, they gave away the last couple of goals of that quarter. So still a couple of things to work on. Spence and Latham got those. But before that, it was all Glenunga. Wiseman, Butterworth and McMahon. And Desira, 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of that second quarter before West and Davis added one of his own. And at half-time on the Sporto and Hahn scoreboard, 11-5-71, 3-4-22, a lead of 49 points.
Yes, no, Glenunga, they've been very good in this first half. Teacher Gully got those late couple of goals, but still a lot of work for them. But they'll take something into the half-time break, and they certainly won't want to get this blowout too much. They'll want to give a good account of themselves and keep their heads up in this second half. So looking forward to all the action after a quick break, and we'll join you then.
Round 13, footy in the Adelaide Footy League on Filming Footy is brought to you by our matchday sponsor, Filming Footy. Footy Stats, with team and individual statistics. You can watch your highlights and analyse your opponents. Google Filming Footy today. And the remainder of our sponsors, the Adelaide Footy League, Sportal and Hahn, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, Farmers Leap, proud sponsor for Coach of the Week, Best on Ground, Archies, and our Snag of the Day highlight goal, sponsored by Jag Meatworks. Jack Moore in the box at Webb Oval, alongside Nathan Woods. And Nathan, we were treated to a pretty good, exceptional display of footy in that first half by the Rams. They have a 49-point half-time lead.
Yeah, that second quarter, there was some beautiful ball movement. And, they just had the power forwards all getting involved, McMahon. And then they had West and Davis also going up forward. So they just really put the foot down. We saw some great tap work from West there to Davis in the middle. So, yeah, they just had everything running smoothly. They're outnumbered in defence, Teachery Gully as well. So plenty of intercept marks and transition footy, and just piled on goal after goal.
So for Gully's, Martin, Spence and Latham, the goal scorers for them. And as the second half gets underway for the Rams, Fay has himself a couple. West with 2 also. Desira with a couple. Abe Davis with 1. McMahon, Butterworth, the Wiseman, and Bennett all with singles. Forward now the Rams. Pridham just waiting at ground level, just darting around. Gets it off the hands of Davis. Always good beneath his bootlaces. Wrapped up in a strong tackle, umpire will have it. 40 out from the Rams' goal.
Come out hard again here straight away, the Rams. Some big tackles there, also from Gullies as well. So bit of heat early on in this second half straight away. Bit of push and shove.
Sun's out, so no excuse, and perhaps they won't be putting it into a downward gear in this half. Glenunga, as you said, Nathan, come out attacking the footy again. A bit of abuse on the ground. It was a free kick for around the shoulder, and umpire Paul Smitheram setting his tone up early. It will be a set shot from directly in front, 20 out, and you'd think Tom Karlovasitis will have no trouble with this. He's kicked 4 on the year, made his senior footy debut for Glenunga. Round 3 last season. Picking up where the Rams left off. Goal within a couple of minutes. Sportal scoreboard doesn't stay dormant for long. It keeps ticking over. 12-5, 77. And the Rams open up with the first of this third quarter. Margin, 55 points.
Yeah, Gully's kicking those last 2 in the second quarter. And they've just given away a nice easy one there. Karlovasitis just sort of went to ground. A bit unlucky for Teachery Gully that he just slipped through the tackle and it was adjudged high, but it's probably there. And then a bit of verbal chatting to the umpire just made Karlovasitis a certainty. So Glenunga, 9 goals up here, back in the middle. Socket out of the mid-air by Fay. Well done in defence though by Teachery Gully, playing in front there. So Verrill kicks in towards half forward. Big West is there. Asprey couldn't quite take it. West goes back onto it. He's dived on it. Could be in a bit of trouble here. Umpire circling and says yes, he's dived on that.
Well called, Nathan. Yeah, umpire right there. Nothing need more be said.
I remember seeing the young trainer down there with her Dartfish beanie on earlier in the year at Teachery Gully, and she just walked past again with the Dartfish beanie. So great to see them floating around in the crowd. So Gully's now going back in forward, wide to Asprey. Asprey to the running player there was McKay. His ball was smothered though. Here you go, Glenunga, pressing hard. Ball in the middle now. Gullies have got numbers. They're slipping over. Right in the bog there. So little tap out. Could have been pinged for a throw, but Tyler Martin pumps it in forward. West couldn't take the mark. Some good tackling here. Both teams having a red hot dip early in this second half.
Just pump it out on the back 50 at all costs, didn't it, for the Wolves? The Gullies, they're under siege when it comes forward of centre.
Scott pumped it forward, but Penny there, he's been good in the second quarter and this quarter. Well done by Cancel.
Some direction out of D50 on that occasion. Looked for a target, found it.
Nice chiselling kick in. Beautiful kick from Cancel. I think it might be Mackay.
Grimer,
Okay.
not too happy on the boundary. We mentioned second quarter that Rams, even though they're 3 games on top of the table, they're still looking to make every little bit of their game, just polish it out. And an uncontested mark coming up with a footy. Robinson it is. He's
Yeah.
good for a goal a game over his Tea Tree Gully career for this season.
Yeah, just ruthless. That's what makes them such a good team. Wanting to perfect everything. So Jake Robinson lines up. Oh, he's got the goal though. He's punched low. And he's just got over Zach Smith on the line there and Jesse Temmie. So Robinson gets another one for the Gully. So they've kicked 3 of the last 4. And now the margin back to around the 8-goal mark, just over 8 goals.
They can just chisel into that Sporto and Hahn 0 carb scoreboard. Another couple in a row, 3 or 4 to find 8. Wind is non-existent and the weather's been pretty nice for us at the minute. Ground's a bit chopped up. No excuses though. 12-5, 77, 4-4, 28. Back to that half-time lead. So a goal apiece in the opening 5 minutes. Umpire heaves it up and the ruckman go to work. Penny taps it towards his opposing ruck in the end. West, the kick off the ground went absolutely nowhere. Coming up to meet it, Prowse left it behind. It's inside 50 again. The warning lights are flashing on the Gully's bench. It's a sack out of their D50. Sharing it through a tap and a sharp, short kick from Kelly Mansell. Here's Prowse. He'll pop it up, invite his forwards to run onto it. At the back, Pridham on a 5-cent piece. He stopped. Through hands, Gully's work it out. A little bit of patience under pressure. Hyde needs to mark it. Olsen, who went about 10 metres. Umpire said play on. Glenunga have numbers. They have them all over the field. Pushing back to help out. Eager, he's caught. He's over it. Umpire giving him no latitude. And a lovely tackle from Latham. If he can move it quickly, it's all 1-on-1 ahead of the ball. Goes to that forward pocket. More to the dog on the lead's advantage than his forward, but at the right end of the ground for the Gullies, they can lock it in. As you said, Nathan, they've kicked 3 of the last 4 and not quite going away just yet.
Yeah. Pressing Gullies, having a crack, which is please the coach. So in the forward line now, the Tea Tree Gully, can they jag another one? Faye's working hard, goes in like a bull terrier. Pridham ambles there, but cancels, wrapped up in a tackle. So throw in front of the Tea Tree Gully bench.
Rams have pushed the spare back.
So West's in the ruck, doing a bit of ruck, giving Penny a chop out. Yeah. Blake Penny trying to get his troops up and about. He's the spare man in defence at the moment for Tea Tree Gully. So Cancel, he's getting involved here. Scott's there. Oh, well done at the back there by Fletcher Wisman. So we see him do a bit of work up forward, but this time pushing it through for a minor score.
Yeah, that spare back for Glenunga was equal over to the spare there for Gullies around the footy. So that's what they're doing to try to get it on their terms on the ball. But when they go forward, it's got to be a bit more precise.
So Scott brought it back in, but Gully's now trying to press, get another entry inside 50. But Packs form, and there'll be a throw up.
Looks like Kelly Mansell was just pushing up to be that loose man about 20 metres forward of this footy for the Wolves.
Good spot. Jack, so ball on the outside now. Bennett taking it over in front of Olsen. And he's actually going to take the kick, as it may have been last possession or he may have been pushed in the back. I'm not sure, but Lincoln Bennett now.
Umpire playing scarecrow there for a sec. I thought he was pointing one way. It's the Rams footy though.
So Bennett, chips that one. Little 9-9 up in front. Good mark. Rosser. Swings around, looking to play on. Get it moving quick to Davis. He's being held. Didn't matter. I think he's marked it anyway, but he was held. Big Dave Davis. So when he's going forward, he's causing some real headaches up forward. And you'd think he'll have no mistake this time. We put the mockers on him last time.
Yeah, he could sell ice to Eskimos, Abe Davis. knows how to play for the free kick. He puts on a bit of a show when the ball comes in his vicinity, but it was definitely there on that occasion, as you called, Nathan. And, well, he's gone left, he's gone right. What's
This
next?
one straight through the middle. So in comes Davis. Through his third. Oh, this time the umpire does not move. And so Abe Davis having a real impact here. That's his second, apologies. So 2 for Davis. A few multiple goal kickers now, with Faye, Desira and West also all kicking 2. So we haven't seen as much as the big forwards kicking today, so that would please the coach as well, though. Plenty of other contributors, some of the midfield coming down, kicking goals, like Desira and Faye. So ball back in the middle now. Davis says, I'll come back in the middle now.
He's a mismatch wherever he goes, isn't he? You just see he's a direct opponent there, just trying to get a bit of body on him, but he knows he's given lots of size. But another goal for Davis would be his 50th for the club, so keen watch on that. In his second season, he's making these Rams tick, led them to the top of the table in a grand final last year. McMahon's part of that as well. Really key part of this Glenunga puzzle. Well called by you, Nathan. He'd learnt from his last couple of shots. We thought he had 3 or 4. He definitely could have had a big bag, and he might still. Just the 2 on the afternoon. 2 goals, 2 for Abe Davis. Back around the ball. West lurking, ground level. The fist, he was met hard. He might be sore getting up from that. Lincoln Bennett, key eye on that. He's picked himself up. Tough man. He was taken in mid-air. We see that in rugby league. Bit of origin type stuff, tackling mid-air.
Penalty, isn't it?
Yeah. Not in AFL. Tackled legally. Boundary throw in, outer side, a web oval. Third quarter. Margin sits at 9 goals. Pretty comfortable keeping for the Rams. Just guided off the footy in the ruck contest. Appeals for a free kick, but umpire Kane comes in. Dissolves the mess. He'll ball it up. Hope you're enjoying the footy. All Div 1 games live now. Swing across to some pretty close encounters happening as we gear up for a big final 5 weeks of the Div 1 season. On filming footy, Davis takes the ruck on that occasion and sweeping through. Prowse taking no prisoners. Lovely tackle. So the umpire will throw it up. That margin once again sits at 9 goals.
Oh, Parsons, a big third man up, thumps it forward. Olsen's got it now. Quick little handball to no one in particular. Oh, good hit there on Butterworth. Now McMahon, 1-on-1. Big West is there. He gets up and he kicks his goal. He kicks his third. Geordie West, good recovery from the big man.
Timber! Fell to ground afterwards.
Oh, Geordie West causing havoc when he goes forward. And good athleticism from the big man. That's his third. So he has a big grin over to his coach, Nathan Crimer.
That's an old-fashioned bag for a ruckman.
Yeah, 3 sausage rolls. I think I remember seeing Oscar McInerney kick a few for the Brisbane Lions. 3 maybe a few weeks ago for them in the AFL.
Only had 2 for the season coming into this, and we've still got a quarter and a half gone.
He's loving his work, the big man.
Well, we had our special guest Dylan Smith in the first quarter. He's saying he's playing 100% time on ground and going to play some semi-professional basketball on a Saturday afternoon. So a fit man.
Yes.
What an inclusion he's been.
Oh, he's been unbelievable. As Penny got the kick forward, over to Tully Kennett now. Beautiful kick. Out to Butterworth. Just measured that perfectly. Tommy Butterworth ran onto it. So right in front of the Web Oval sign. Comes in board to Temi. Davis wanted it in the middle. Demanded it. But he went forward and then plenty of numbers there. So probably Davis was the better option.
Yeah, Gully's set up nicely. 4-1 where that footy landed. Bit of a rush of blood to the head from Temi. You mentioned Davis. He was right in the middle of the ground. Would have pumped it inside 50, but they might get a second chance.
So out wide now. Hyde leads in the race. Does well. Little soccer off the ground. And there'll be a throw in out of side. Ground bathed in sunshine after some heavy rain this morning for the Sea Graders.
Umpires consulting and they're not too sure, so...
Yeah, I thought he might have
Well called by you,
Socket it off,
Nathan. Should have the earpiece in. I think you've been spot on with all those calls. Today you called it correctly the first time. Now throw it in.
Thanks, Jack. So Davis just shoves out Penny out the way, pumps it long. Prosser gets a little snap, but Penny's just playing a bit of a loose man in defence at the moment. He kicks it out in front to Zach McKay, who's going to run onto it. He's got a couple pursuing. One of those able. Short little kick, does well to Latham, but great spoil from behind by Tim, wearing him like a glove, or was Egar, sorry. And now the kick goes forward though, straight to Olsen, so a bit of ping-ponging back and forth. Comes in board there, Hazelhurst nearly made a meal of it. Took the mark though, now he's going to swing it wide to the outer side. So, Verrill's got it, he kicks out wide. Leading on the race is Tape. Comes back inboard on his right foot. Nice little kick. He's got Brogdon. One of the inclusions for the Gullies today. Bit of a chopper in forward, but it's going to land right in the arms of McKay. So some loose checking there. And Zachy McKay, or Mackay, is going to line up from about 30 metres out directly in front. So should be in a goal coming up here for Teacher Gully.
Yeah, maybe a victim of some interchanges there. The Rams, as the ball was zigzagging on the outer side, they brought a couple of players off and just a bit of miscommunication inside D50 there.
Yeah, when there's 3 or 4 coming on and off at a time, it can get a bit confusing as McKay puts it straight through the middle and Gullies get their 5th, so goal for goal here a little bit in this since the late in the second quarter. Gullies holding their own, but still a very healthy margin to Glenunga. 9 goals of difference.
Much as it was at half-time, 49 at half-time. It's blown out by 5 more points since then. But more of an arm wrestle than it was in that second quarter when the Rams piled on 6-2. Mackay's first, 3rd of the season. Played his 50th game last week for the club. That sport to enhance scoreboard, as you called Nathan, sits at that 9-goal mark. Good tackle from the vice-captain, goal scorer today, Tyler Martin. 60th game today. Abe Davis lets everybody in his dog know that he's rucking, and he takes it, wins the hit out. You could have scripted that from the moment he said it was his. Good tackle from Tape at ground level and peeling out of the contest, Martin again. Had a pretty good 30 seconds or so, Martin. He can hold his head high. Not many of these Gullies players can say to themselves they've had a pretty good game.
Good kick by Wisman there, found Davis.
Yeah, fantastic on the leg. Just found Davis. He just saunters across the turf. Just makes them find him with the kick. And now an inside 50 will go the way of the Rams and just edge under the footy. Nothing doing. McMahon couldn't take it. Waiting down Olsen. He's been great. Good signing. Robinson looks on the outer side. Just overcooks the kick for Asprey. Goes back into it. The running wingmen, what they need. Kick inside 50, what they desire. Spence, he's kicked a goal today. He's got nothing ahead. Looks up and he sees 3 loose Rams, so he goes short. Taking it is Asprey. Moment ago at half back, now at half forward. Robinson. Slow and steady, and it just gives the Rams time to fill all those holes. So he tries to lower it through the hands of Kennett. Got both hands to it. A bit of a chicken wing tackle. It spills out. Might have been thrown. Umpire said play on. Olsen waits for it. Bald. Doesn't behave. Gets under his control. Pumps it to about 40. Height mismatch. Never going to win out. Boundary line might win. It's going to win eventually. It's going to go the way of the Gullies, though, if they can pump it back in. The kick will go in from Olsen, it might be again. And he'll pump it in from about 70 out.
So Olsen having a good game for Gullies. Short chipping kick. Finds Noah Hyde. So Hyde onto his left. Into the hot spot. Big fly from Davis in from the side. Great mark.
Who else?
Doing it all. Back in defence. Rucking, kicking goals. So Davis, he's got plenty in the middle. He finds Faye. No, sorry, he found Kennett, who found Faye. And quick transition footy here. McMahon's got it, but he's wrapped up in a good tackle by Heffernan. So that was danger signs there, but repelled by Teacher Gully as Glenunga were looking to go coast to coast again, as they've done a few times today. Parsons comes back on the ground for Sammy Abel. Lincoln Bennett also on the boundary, looking to come back on. So a few players around the ball here. Glenunga's 40-metre line. Umpire circling and says, I'll have a ball up.
Trying to pick a free kick out of there. It's a bit of a mess of bodies, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of players inside the forward 50. Big West, little left tap over the back. This time couldn't find his teammate. He found Cansdell. His kick was smothered. Now he's got all over the ball. He's in all sorts of trouble. When the umpire stops like that, you know he's going to wind up and say that he's holding the Norris.
That is that's the umpire highlight reel right there. You just stop the prop.
The big wind up for the whistle goes in, and it's...
You plant the 2 feet and you just go down slowly and you just spread those swan wings out. And I tell you, as next umpire, there's no better feeling, to be honest.
And all the players know what's happening. Everyone pauses. So, who's got the football? It's Kelly Mansell, who's the lucky recipient. There's a few around the ball. So, left footer, in he comes. Struck it pretty well, looks very good off the boot. Great kick, a little bit of right to left. But goal to ruler Kelly Mansell. He gets his first. The boys get around him.
Gives me a great chance to read the resume out. So, excuse me, Launceston Junior. He's played some footy at Gunbower, South Launceston in the Tassie Super League down there. Echuca, East Malvern, Deloraine. Back at Launceston, played some footy for Glenelg, Sandford and reserves level, and had a season at Foss. And through Nathan Grimer's Tasmanian connections, I dare say, he's found his way to Glenunga, his first game of the season, and he's been pretty good. He's brought that vigour, he's brought the attitude, and now he's got himself a goal.
And yeah, he's directing the traffic as well. He seems like a good leader out there for the boys. So kick forward by Tea Tree Gully. Free kick's going to go to Robinson. So they're pretty happy, the supporters there. Great kick by Robinson and really good hands out in front, Josh Spence. So a bit of Bronx cheer from Gullies. They're having a little bit of a rough trot with the umps, but they've done a pretty good job today.
Lining up for his second here, the former Central Reserves, played 13 games out of the Ponderosa.
So in comes Spence. Said it before, it's a beautiful kick of the footy. That's no exception. That's straight through the middle. So Josh Spence gets his second and Tea Tree Gully get their sixth. So competitive in this second half so far. Gully's here having a crack. There's Nathan Grimer. Screams at his charges. But he wants them to stay on here and keep the foot down.
Goal for goal in the later stages here in the third quarter. Ticked into time on, 23 gone. 4 to 3 quarter. Glenunga winning the arm wrestle, even if it's been a better performance from Gullies in this third quarter. No doubt about it. But Glenunga have extended that lead on the scoreboard, so they're chose to take it over. Carlo Vasitas has been pretty good, was talking him up. Made his senior debut in round 3, 2023. Walkerville Junior played some footy at Mount Lofty and Berry. North Reserves. West just says, I'll do the rest. Takes it out of the ruck and will give himself a second chance. Strong tackle came in at the base of that pack and picking it up and handing it to the umpire, Breeden, who jogs back. West just tries to slap it forward. Davis, the battering ram he is. All that muscle coming through. There's Hyde pushing it inside 50 finally for the Wolves. Can they get a bit of respite? Glenunga, like the troll under the bridge, say you're going to get no further than this. And it's about 50 out, ticking well into time on. 3/4 time on the horizon. Can't be long to go in this third quarter. Hyde. Kick touch, no mark. Wiseman claimed it, tripped over, and boundary line wins the day. They're just pushing it forward. We're under a minute to go in this third quarter. It's been a rampage. The Gullies have equalised in this third quarter. It was 49 at half time. It only sits at 54 now. It's taking out of the ruck. Tulla Martin tries to knock it down, does the rest. And there's Bennett to knock it out. 182nd game. Will bring up his 200th next season. And the boundary umpire going to work. Been a pretty good day overall. Clouds have cleared. Pretty fearful that it was going to be a rain-affected encounter. First quarter. Put pay to that. Wiseman puts pay to Olsen's chances, but he just took him around the neck and Olsen stayed down. Umpire will call time off as we look towards the last 4 or 5 weeks of this season. Glenunga looking to secure a win, which will take them 3 games clear on top of the table if Shock record a loss this afternoon. So we'll bring you up to date with that result. And we were talking to Abe Davis before this game. He was saying that the more games they get clear, they can try some things, play some new players, and they've brought through lots of different talent this year, as Olsen looks to be in a pretty poor way. He might come to the field for a concussion protocol test, or he's limping as well. So one of two things. The ball's in the hands of Spence. He'll back himself in. Why not? Nothing more to be gained here. This game is well and truly a long way from the Gully's grasp. But Spence will boot it from about 55. It's going to drop just short. It's going to clear as it is. Spence!
The best kick. He must have been hovering around waiting for that one and thought, I'll snaffle this one.
Joshy Spence, he put it as high as he did long, and he did a bit of a Jordan Dawson in that showdown. He just kind of hovered in, got under the umpire's spectre, took the footy, blasted it through from 50, and the Wolves have won the quarter as the margin on the Sportal scoreboard just pops back to 49 points. Nope, quarter is level. Excuse me, sorry about that. But a better showing in this third for the Wolves.
So only seconds remaining here. Martin's there. Been one of their best today, the Gullies. Out to McKay. Parsons over the top there. Now the handball comes out the back to Prowse. He's got Desira and Pridham with him, but he turns back inboard. And there's the siren as the ball bounces off Cansdale's knee to end this third quarter. A competitive quarter of football. Scores were even throughout the quarter. And the Rams 15-6, 96. Lead Teacher Gully at 3/4 time, 7-5, 47. So both sides that quarter kicking 4 goals each. And as we look at some of the goal kickers, Spence has got 3 now. And for the Glenunga Rams home side, they've got West with the 3 and multiples to Davis, Desira and Fay. So good quarter of footy there. We'll be back with all the action in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break for now. Oh, the Bombers are having a crack.
Still off, are we? I guess.
We're back in the middle here, start of the fourth quarter. The Teatree Gully responded that quarter with some real heart. So back in the middle now, Davis. Just taking a little bit high. So Abe Davis is going to get the first centre clearance in this final quarter. Sun shining here, Webb Oval. Round 13 action, Div 1 footy. So out wide now. He kicks it to West. He looks like he's up and down the one spot, the big man. Played a good game though. Well done by James White. Ripped it out of the hands of Tommy Butterworth. He just looks a bit sore there, clutching at the hamstring, but he's okay. Maybe caught a little cork. So West in the ruck there. And that ball's going nowhere. There's deck phase sat upon by Tate and White. So now West, little left tap, straight to Martin. He's wrapped up, sold himself into trouble. Blind turn, and he's been pinged holding the ball. So deck phase, had a good day. Kicked a couple of goals. Certainly in Glenunga's best today as he pumps it in long. Looking for McMahon. A lot of players around the ball. Snap out of the pack. He's going to go out of bounds. So it's going to be will cancel to bring it back in for Teatree Gully.
Locked against that behind post. Margin as it was at three-quarter time. Played a couple of minutes in this final term. We'll bring you some updates from around the ground. Teatree Gully, pretty happy to see St. Peter's losing at the moment, so they won't drop down from their 8th position. Brighton currently under the pump as well. They cut adrift though if they lose another couple in a row in 8th and 7th spot. Kick. Penny shouted for it. Called Spence to kick it to him. Glenunga push back, slip, trying to retrieve it from Breeden. Another lateral little option. Can still made it good. Has 3 behind him, which means there's not many in front. And he says to Blake Penny, go get it. And Penny throws her head back and says, kick it to me next time. So free kick going the way of Desira for out of bounds. Off the boot. Last possession in the Adelaide Footy League. Desira just pumps it out, gets the super boot out. Strong one-handed grab in the end. Took it off the 2. McMahon to soften the initial blow. Pumps it to 20 out. Pridham waiting for a crumb, but it doesn't get there. Silky Sammy Parsons floating across the pack like a cool breeze in the summer's night. He's got quite the resume as well. Sammy Parsons, the Yarra Junior, played some footy at North Melbourne and Box Hill in the VFL. And Banks up in the Northern Territory as well. Hasn't quite put his hand up to hit the scoreboard yet today. Here's the chance. So Parsons bang in front. Makes the umpire do a bit of a dance. Yet to hit the scoreboard with a goal. But the first score of this fourth quarter on the board for the Rams. Margin just creeps out to a game high. I think it is 50 points. It was a game high, 54 in that third quarter. So Gully's just stopping the bleeding ever so slightly in a strong tackle at ground level on this near side. Over the top was Kelly Mansell. Gives it back to the umpire who'll throw it up. We'll get back to it. The ruck's West fighting for front position. Opposite number in there is West. Waits out for it. Kelly Mansell hovering. Tape going back in after it. And the free kick is the Gully's players and fans and coaches think they can't take a trick as Faye will pump it in long.
So Faye pumps it in long. Can someone take a mark? McMahon came across the front. Snapped on goal though. Is it touch the umpire called?
Just the right side of the post, I think, and touched it was off the boot as well.
Not sure who got their boot to it, but
They're peppering.
they're peppering. So out wide now. Oh, but poor kick. It's going to come straight back in. So Wiseman now, he's played a good game. Bit of a different role off half back today, I think. Kicks in forward, but a good mark there taken by Ryan Heffernan. Tate was looking to get it out wide on the switch, but Heffernan now out of side. Penny's got a couple to beat. Over the back now. Glenunga have numbers. Bucket's going to come. No, it's just Pridden just lost his feet. The Sierra's there though. Temmie, left foot snap in. Parsons, good position. Takes a good mark. He's looking to play on. Pumps it in long ball, 1-on-1. Now, piled on some goals.
Yeah, it is game high now, 57-point margin. On the Sport to Enhance scoreboard, 27 on the season in his 11th game. Just extends that gap out to Prosser for the Glenunga Goal Kicking Award. Prosser stuck on 24. Still three-quarters of a quarter left for him to edge back. Good tackle and body work. Says, thank you very much. His kick was smothered. Coming for it. Tackle was good. Didn't go high. Aspie, the vice-captain. Brogdon. Hands through to White. White gets it back. Didn't want it back. Desira took him down.
Oh, Jackie has a coughing fit here. The ball's going to be brought back by Scott.
Apologies to our viewers.
No, it's going to be a volley.
Great consultation from the umpires there. Great team effort.
So, West, and this time, West, the two Wests go at it. On the ground, little tap out, did well. White, slipped a couple of times. Down to Latham, it's been quiet today. Could have been held on to, gives a little handle to himself out wide. And that will be out of bounds. And Nick eager to bring the ball back in here. So both sides having a bit of a crack here. So out wide now, Pridham's got it. But his kick smothered by Jake Robinson, and out by the playground on the scoreboard, bathed in sunshine out there.
The playground pocket.
The playground pocket.
Our special guest earlier, Dylan Smith.
Yes.
Good to it.
So, ruck, West, take it out of the ruck like he's done so many times today. Soccer off the ground by Wiseman. Comes out wide now. Parsons. He's going to be pinged holding the ball. So, Teacher Gully, another Bronx cheer. And Verrill's got the ball now. So he's going to pump it in forward. There's a few options on here. Spence wants it long. He gives a shove though. Oh, nearly takes the mark. Prowse is there. Free kick here though to Glenunga. And it'll be Egar who will take it in defence. He's got some runners out wide. That's where he goes to Zach Smith. Spence made him earn it.
Taking that precious time off the clock. Try not to let this bleed too much. When you're at the bottom end of the table, of course, the percentage come end of season might be a factor. So from 49 points at half time, it's only blown out by another goal or two. But the Rams can score so fast. It's always threatening to become a 10-goal plus margin. Is West.
Kicks it forward, McMahon in front. Good spoil, though, by Heffernan. He gets the ball now, kicks it in forward. Temmie's ran onto it, wrapped up in a strong tackle. West, one way or the other. Gives it out now to Brogdon. He goes out wide, searching lead. Couldn't quite find Latham. Gets to his feet, though. Snaps around the corner. Brody Latham. What a great goal. Class goal from Latham.
Yeah, contender. Goal of the day, Jag Meatworks.
Certainly a contender there.
Put that in the barrel.
Brody Latham, clever goal out of the playground pocket. He's got his 28th for the season, second for the day. And still goal for goal in this second half. Both sides have kicked 7 maybe. Or maybe 6.
Half, yeah. 4 apiece in the third quarter and 1 each in this term.
5 each, sorry.
So 5 each. So second half has been pretty much on par with each other, but it was that first half, especially between first half of the first quarter and half time. It was the Glenunga onslaught, 8 goals, and Gullies couldn't come. Pushed themselves up the table today, or they're already in first, of course, but with Sacred Heart winning, they'll just keep that 2-game buffer on top. So Sacred Heart currently slightly in front of going down to the wire. Dillhurst with the body pressure on, and now it's out of bounds. They can take a big sigh of relief, big breath. No one can take it. Waiting down Prowse, uses it pretty well usually. Not on that occasion. Davis hassles, puts the Shepherd on. No prior there, you'd imagine. Strong tackle coming in from Teddy. Ball up in smack bang the centre of Webb Oval on that Sporto and Hahn scoreboard. Glenunga have a 50 point.
It's on the pump with that handball right in the middle of the ground there.